Philadelphia. George, he's checked in for Barnes. Edgecombe comes in for Melton. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Simmons. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. MP comes in for Sensabaugh. Taking a look at the Jazz. They've got Williams. MP is out there with Collier. Then it's Filipowski. And it's Bailey in at the 3. Maxey against MP. Takes the 3. Connects again from distance. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
For Philadelphia, they've got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Here's Maxey. There's the drive, and he converts the layup.
Man, look at that burst that time by Maxey, changing gears to get it done.
MP outside. Three-pointer. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
George's shot is off.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
From deep, MP knocks down the triple.
Well, MP has been very aggressive here, looking for his own offense, generating great results.
Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Edwards. From outside the arc. Doesn't go that time. And here are the Jazz. MP outside. Okay, Legs, I'm making you commissioner of the league for a day. You get one rule change. What is it?
I think we have to look at a time limit on some of these replays. I know we want to get them right, but for me, if you're taking that long, it can disrupt the rhythm of the game.
Totally agree. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. And it's Alford missing.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Well, that happens sometime. Nothing is guaranteed in this league.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Jazz.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year. And it's good! He hits another one!
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. Jacks up a 3, and another one.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Maxey. Utah grabs the miss. Let's go with a 3, and again for 3.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. This one wasn't even close.
MP, your team needed your scoring night to win, and you delivered, passing the 20-point mark on the way to victory. Was that the game plan coming in, or did you see something that led to an adjustment?
Whoa, 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 whoa. That almost sounded like you didn't expect me to drop 20 today. I don't know if I appreciate that, Jennifer Quintana.
Oh, I'm just asking about the game plan, MP. No shade intended.
Right. Game plan's the same as every night. We play to our strengths, and my scoring is one of our strengths. I get buckets, we win. Simple formula, easy to replicate. How about you look for it a little bit closer next time?
Eyes peeled, MP. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Over to you, B.A.
As always, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. We'll see you next time.
I've heard from a few sources close to his camp that MP is looking to start his own club league with a focus on identifying talent from small and underrepresented markets.
Listen, they love you, and they're hungry. They could be huge, and we could be in on the ground floor. This could be the perfect part.
All right, MP, how do you feel about this matchup tonight?
It's exciting. I'm trying to prove I'm the best scorer in the league, and the only way to do that is going up against the best, baby.
Sure. You feel any pressure to outscore the big gun, or is it all about winning?
Please. Obviously, we want to win the game. And if that happens, I'm happy, even if I only score 10. But let's be honest, I'm trying to score way more than 10.
And actually, and what's that box behind you?
Oh, this? Well, this is my new Cogni Vibe. It's a sleep mask I use to help me get rest and reset my mind right before games. Get into the zone, Cogni.
You guys can check the link in the bio to learn more about Cogni Vibe. Any predictions for us, MP?
Oh, yeah, we're going to win. I'm going to score more than the other dude, and that's all thanks to Cogni.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
And Craig, now that we have a new season underway, what's most important for these teams to remember right now?
That it's a long season, Kevin. And I know we say that a lot, but it's the truth. And to just remember, there's going to be plenty of ups and downs during the course of the year.
And you know, with MP, he doesn't hide the fact that he's out to inflict maximum damage at the offensive end of the floor.
And that should have every other team in the league on high alert. When MP says something like that, they're not empty words. One thing, though, he better be ready for a lot of defensive attention. Stopping MP is going to be the priority for every defense they face.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got George. Walker Kessler is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Alford. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. And time now to go courtside with Allie LaForce for a report on MP.
Guys, we know MP is a gifted scorer, but tonight he wants to take it to another level. He told me I'm trying to set an aggressive tone out there for the team. I am going to attack every single chance I get. A one-man scoring machine, but it's all for the team.
Hey, thanks. Sounds like MP is planning to have a big night. And here's MP for three. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. MP's got 5 points so far.
You know, MP starting to look good there from the mid-range.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. MP outside. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 8.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And here is Wells. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. There's the 3. And that one's good. Coward.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now, here's MP. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Here's Morant. Lets a floater go. Good work there as it goes. Morant's got his second basket.
Oh, that's nice touch from Morant. He's better inside the arc. That's rare for small guards these days.
Jackson, a screen on Morant. And that one's good. MP.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Out to the right wing. Jackson passes to Wells. MP against Morant. 6 to shoot. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, now the Grizzlies are one of 8 remaining teams, Richard, in search of their first NBA championship.
And the closest they've gotten was that grit and grind era, when they made it as far as the Western Conference Finals in 2013. But can they get back to that level?
And here's Morant, following the three-pointer by MP. Pass to Jackson. A 3-ball. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Jackson. Morant's got 9. Well, for Memphis, their last game, a loss to the Warriors. Morant against MP. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Here's Morant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
MP looking around. And the Jazz, another 3.
And he's made all 8 of his field goals here to start the game.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Outside for Jackson. Morant outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. And here's MP for 3. And so it's MP making things happen for the Utah Jazz. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Jazz.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Brandon Clark is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's John Morant. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Let's check in for the Grizzlies. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against Washington was a man on a mission. He finished with 60 points, and he was red hot from beyond the arc, raining down a ton of threes. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Great stuff, Allie. We thank you. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Morant. Richard the dynamic Ja Morant. He is an absolute fan and broadcaster favorite.
I'm trying to think of a more exciting player than Ja Morant, and I'm coming up short. Ja doesn't just make plays, he makes memories.
Here's Morant. Following the basket by MP. Clark. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
With some changes, Jackson is checked in for Clark, and Wells is subbed in for Smith. The Jazz also changing it up. Filipowski comes in for Williams, and it's Keontae George in for Collier. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Yes, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Memphis. He said there's a little pain and swelling, but that the wrist seems structurally sound. The team believes that he could play on it, and if they decide to be cautious, it would only require a short window for recovery. Sounds like relatively good news, guys.
Allie, thanks as always. We appreciate the report.
Yeah, it's encouraging news, and it's a shout-out to his toughness.
So you think about game preparation for an opponent. Richard, how different is that in the regular season versus the playoffs?
Oh, there's a significant difference. Not as much time in the regular season. You could be coming off 4 games in 5 nights. But in the playoffs, there is so much detail position by position.
Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Jazz. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Morant finds Jackson. Now Jerome, defended by George. Wells wide open. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Wells has got his second bucket tonight.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
And a whole season still ahead of us. But it's well worth seeing how the updated power rankings shake out. You look at the Grizzlies. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And you know, right now for the Jazz, they battled their way into the number 2 spot, just below being on top of the mountain, and you know they'll fight hard to stay there.
The Jazz making a switch here. Kessler's checked in.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
George with the ball. Last game we saw him score 13. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Jazz.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
And the points coming for them now, Greg and Bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Edey.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
And the Jazz call time here. Checked in for MP. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. In third, the Jazz. Fifth best, the Grizzlies.
Both clubs physically dominant inside the paint, and that's why you see those outstanding shot blocking numbers.
Jazz have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Outside, George. Jackson setting the pick here for George to the paint. And there's Jackson on the assist by George. Jackson's got the game tied up here for Utah. Memphis has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. So, RJ, when you think about Jaren Jackson, defense is the first thing that comes to mind, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Triple J is a force. He's a perennial candidate for all defensive honors, and I'm glad I didn't have to shoot him this year.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back over to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Now, here's Markkanen. Following the miss by Ja Morant. Jackson gets the bucket.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Now, Wells, 6 points for him. And yes, it's good. 17 points for Ja Morant.
Closer in look. Let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
Here's Bailey. 9 points last game out. Markkanen a screen on Morant. Just 5 on the clock. No good from outside. It's stolen by Bailey. Puts up a deep three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Jazz out in front, leading by just 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello, everybody. So far, a fairly even game for the Memphis Grizzlies through the first 2 quarters.
Their trouble is defending the arc. It's got to be a team effort. Just one breakdown, that's all it takes to give up 1-3.
I love playing these types of defenses. I'm ready to lace them up right now and knock some threes down myself, Bernie.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, it's still too early to tell. I mean, can't judge a movie based on the first 15 minutes. Gotta let things develop.
Yeah, I could judge your movies off the first 5 minutes.
Easy, easy, easy. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
The Jazz with the lead. Taking a look at the Jazz. They've got Walker Kessler. Alford out there with George. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. It's good. Markkanen's got his first points in this one.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block. It imposes his will.
Pass to Coward. Hands it from downtown.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
Here's Morant. He's got 17 for the tie. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that now.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Now, here is George.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Now, here's Morant. 20 points for him.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Markkanen kicks to George. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Inside for the tie. And it's sent back by Kessler. Left side, George. Pass to Markkanen.
And that's his 4th TO here of the quarter. Wasting far too many possessions in this game.
And the Jazz making a change here. Bailey's checked in. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Coward. Morant with a wide open look. And again, Memphis no good.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Timeout. I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
It's that time, Grizzlies fans. Here comes your Grizzlies.
Jerome, he's checked in for Morant. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. MP is number 1.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
And another miss by Memphis. Jazz leading by 4. Here's Bailey, and Utah again with the bucket.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Up top, Edey. 1:56 left in the third quarter of the game. There's Jackson with the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And here's George.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Utah also making some changes. Jusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Williams comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Collier in for MP. Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It goes on Cody Williams.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
At the line for Memphis, Jackson, shooting 1.
And it's tied up with that one. The Jazz have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Nurkic setting the pick for George. Trains it from beyond the arc. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Wells. Here's Coward. Back to Wells. A rebound by the Jazz.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Top of the key, Bailey. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Jerome deciding where to go with it. Jackson passes to Jerome. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Bailey. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Jazz lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Morant. Santi Aldama is out there with Brandon Clark. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Bailey.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. To the inside. Here's Aldama.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Grizzlies with the lead. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Collier, guarded by Jerome.
You know, you hate to blame anybody, but those turnovers are a big reason why they're down.
Zach Edey, he's checked in for Memphis. And a switcher also for Utah. George is checked in for Collier. And for Memphis, they're shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Here's Jerome, defended by Filipowski. And another miss by Memphis.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Nurkic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And this is where Nurkic looks to score, which forces the defense to behave like this.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And also, the mid-range game has been working as well. They kept that as a big part of their game plan, and boy, are they being rewarded for it.
Free throw good, Nurkic.
End of the day, you just want to be a solid rotational player. Nurkic's size is intimidating on both ends of the floor.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Jaren Jackson comes in for Kyle Filipowski. And it's Markkanen in for Baylor. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Memphis trailing here. Now here's Morant for 3. Memphis the rebound. Here's Edey. Off with the layup.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Markkanen. Off the glass.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's Morant. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. From deep. Jackson with the rebound.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
Bucket.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for the Jazz. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. And a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
And Allie, thanks so much. Cleared away by George.
That's kind of a Hail Mary there. That's the mark of desperation.
Here's Kessler. Strong move off the glass.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Building out this lead brick by brick, they have taken a very methodical approach.
And it doesn't go.
Whatever rhythm he had last quarter, it has left his body. He is having a hard time finding buckets.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And just the way pilots use VR to train, now NBA officials can do the same.
Yeah, it's all about reps, right? Getting them with the headset in a lower stress setting helps prepare them to make the right call when the lights are brightest.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within single digits.
You know Ja Morant, such a dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity, that makes for some tough matchups.
Both free throws good from Morant. And it's Utah's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Now Kessler. Oh, great touch off the pass.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now Jackson. Oh, the one-handed hammer.
Yeah, we know Morant can put up tons of points, but Ja is at his best when he's also involving others.
And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. 8-point game. Here's the three. The three doesn't go. Jazz have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. George against Morant.
Memphis ball.
From outside, he drills the three.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Jazz, Larry Martin. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, and both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, we talk about Morant having that it factor, and then he makes the biggest play of the night.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Memphis, Ja Morant. 1 shot.
1 shot.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for the Jazz, Larry Martin. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And an intentional foul right there.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. No good from 3. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Ja Morant. First personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And you talk about building a legacy. That's MP's mindset, not just for himself, but for this team.
The 3 goes down. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
MP. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
MP trying to shoulder the weight here.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Jackson fires and get the 3. And so it's Utah with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Now, let's send it over to Dominic Hamill.
MP, you were able to reach the 20-point mark tonight and help your team get the victory. Is this something you guys can build on?
Yeah, it's all about reps. A good night scoring gives you confidence going into the next game. A win like this gives the team confidence going into the game after. Keep stacking those wins up, and you've got an all-NBA scorer and a championship contender. That's a good situation to be in, and I like that we're here right now.
Great. Thanks a lot, MP.
Hey, always appreciate it.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dominic, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it.